What is happening, trendsetters, and welcome back to Google Trends Hub. The news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we. We're diving headfirst into the stories that are shaping your world, bringing you the absolute must-knows as they break. Get ready for a rapid-fire update that you won't want to miss, because today, we've got a packed show covering everything from major platform shifts to critical user rights. You think you know what's going on? Think again. We're peeling back the layers on the developments that matter most, keeping you ahead of the curve and plugged into the pulse of what's next. So buckle up, because the information you need, right now, is coming your way. Let's get into it. First up, a seismic shift is brewing in the streaming universe, with a major platform teetering on the brink of losing a significant chunk of its content. We're talking about channels that millions rely on daily for news and sports, and the deadline is looming. Will they go dark, or will a last-minute deal save the day? We've got the latest on this high-stakes negotiation that could impact your viewing experience overnight. Then, we pivot to a groundbreaking victory in the digital rights arena. A powerful advocacy group has just secured a landmark ruling against a tech giant, forcing them to finally comply with fundamental data access laws. This isn't just about one user. It's a precedent-setting moment that redefines how companies must handle your personal information. We're breaking down the details of this hard-fought win and what it means for your digital privacy. And hold on to your hats, because the landscape of media talent is undergoing a radical transformation. The traditional path to stardom is being bulldozed, replaced by a new proving ground that's more accessible, yet more competitive than ever. We're exploring how online platforms are now the ultimate farm system, churning out the next generation of media stars, and what this means for aspiring journalists and content creators everywhere. Finally, we've got a story that highlights the evolving relationship between tech platforms and the content they host, focusing on a critical agreement that kept popular channels accessible for millions. This is the news you need to stay informed. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Content crossroads ahead. In a high-stakes negotiation that had millions of viewers on the edge of their seats, YouTube TV faced a critical deadline that threatened to pull a significant portion of its popular channels, including the highly watched Fox Sports, Fox Business, and Fox News. The current carriage agreement between YouTube TV and Fox was set to expire, and with negotiations proving to be exceptionally challenging, the possibility of these channels going dark on August 27 loomed large. YouTube had been transparent about the difficulties, stating in a blog post that Fox was demanding payment terms far exceeding those offered to other partners with comparable content. The platform emphasized its commitment to its subscribers, aiming to secure a deal that reflected the value of Fox's content without burdening users with additional costs. The statement read, "Our current agreement with Fox is approaching its renewal date, and we are in active and ongoing negotiations to continue carrying their content. Fox is asking for payments that are far higher than what partners with comparable content offerings receive. Our priority is to reach a deal that reflects the value of their content and is fair for both sides without passing on additional costs to our subscribers." The potential fallout was significant. If a new agreement wasn't reached by 5:00 p.m. ET on August 27, not only would the live channels disappear, but any content previously saved by users in their YouTube TV libraries from these Fox channels would also become inaccessible. This situation echoed a similar near disruption earlier in the year when YouTube TV nearly lost CBS and other channels from Paramount Global, only for a last-minute extension to be brokered. However, in a last-minute development, Variety reported that a temporary extension was indeed reached just as the deadline passed. YouTube confirmed this, stating, "We have reached a short-term extension with Fox to prevent disruption to YouTube TV subscribers as we continue to work on a new agreement. We are committed to advocating on behalf of our subscribers as we work toward a fair deal and will keep you updated on our progress." While the duration of this extension remains unclear, it provided immediate relief, ensuring that Fox channels would continue to be available on the platform for the time being. In the event that a long-term deal could not be struck, YouTube had previously indicated that subscribers might receive a $10 credit towards Fox One, a separate subscription service that would offer access to the affected channels. This ongoing negotiation saga highlights the complex and often contentious nature of content distribution in the modern media landscape, where platforms and content providers constantly navigate shifting economic models and viewer demands. But the story isn't over yet. This temporary reprieve means the drama could continue. Next, we're diving into a surprising development in the world of digital privacy, where a major tech company has been ordered to comply with user data requests after a lengthy battle. Digital rights victory secured. In a significant win for user privacy and data access rights, the advocacy group NOIB has successfully compelled YouTube, owned by Google, to honor a user's right of access under the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR. After a protracted legal battle spanning 5.5 years, the Austrian Data Protection Authority, DSB, has issued a decision mandating that YouTube comply with a complainant's access request, a move that could set a crucial precedent for how tech giants handle personal data. The case originated from 8 complaints filed by NOIB in January 2019 against various streaming services, including Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Netflix, and YouTube. These complaints centered on the company's failure to adequately respond to users' access requests, a fundamental right under Article 15 of the GDPR. This article stipulates that individuals are entitled to a copy of their personal data held by a company, along with comprehensive information regarding the processing of that data, including its sources, recipients, purpose, and retention periods. YouTube, in this instance, had significantly withheld a substantial amount of data pertaining to the complainant, notably omitting details about the purpose of data processing, storage durations, the identity of data recipients, and the specific tracking cookies employed. Martin Baumann, a data protection lawyer at NOIB, expressed frustration with the lengthy delay, stating, "It is absurd that a multi-billion-dollar tech company like Google rather engages in lengthy legal proceedings than to grant a user access to his personal data." Even though the authority found a violation after several years, Google successfully delayed compliance with an access request for more than half a decade. This not only creates significant costs for donation-funded NGOs such as NOIB, it also robs data subjects of their fundamental rights. The prolonged legal proceedings, which Baumann characterized as a simple case, were further exacerbated by Google's attempts to delay the process. Notably, Google tried to argue that the Irish Supervisory Authority, rather than the Austrian one, was the competent body to handle the case, a tactic that significantly stretched out the proceedings. Additionally, Google contested the precision of the complainant's request, despite the user having clearly specified the data they sought, and no obligation existing within GDPR to pre-specify an access request. The DSB's decision has far-reaching implications, reinforcing the principle that companies must provide complete and easily accessible responses to data access requests. Google had previously attempted to circumvent providing personalized data by directing the complainant to online tools and the platform's general privacy policy, neither of which contain the specific, individualized information required by GDPR. Google now has a 4-week window to comply with the ruling, though an appeal remains a possibility, potentially leading to further delays. Baumann emphasized the importance of prompt compliance, noting, "Making an access request should enable data subjects to exercise other rights, such as the right to erasure or rectification, by providing them with information to assess the lawfulness of processing activity. If it takes more than 5 years to receive access, it becomes impossible to exercise other data subject rights." The decision serves as a strong reminder to all data controllers to adhere to Google's obligations, as noncompliance can result in fines and legal action from data subjects. This landmark ruling underscores the growing power of data privacy regulations and individual rights. Now, let's shift gears to how the media industry itself is evolving, looking at the new pathways to stardom that are emerging outside traditional channels. Digital pathways to media stardom. The traditional pipeline for aspiring news media professionals, once akin to a baseball farm system with a clear progression from small markets to national broadcasting, has been fundamentally disrupted. Today, The proving ground for media talent is no longer confined to local newsrooms. It has expanded dramatically to encompass digital platforms like YouTube and Apple Podcasts. These online spaces have become the new farm system, where creators cultivate audiences and hone their skills, often attracting the attention of legacy media outlets before ever setting foot in a traditional broadcast studio. This paradigm shift is driven by changing consumption habits. Viewers are increasingly discovering talent through algorithm-driven content on platforms like TikTok and easily digestible podcasts during commutes, rather than relying on scheduled newscasts. This democratization of distribution means that audience engagement, rather than the approval of news directors or network executives, now determines who rises to prominence. The gatekeepers have been dismantled, replaced by the collective voice of the audience. Figures like Tucker Carlson, who after leaving traditional television built a massive following on Twitter X, and Megyn Kelly, whose podcast has achieved significant reach, exemplify this trend. Similarly, individuals like Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin, Crystal Ball, and Sagar Enjeti built their brands digitally first, subsequently gaining traction with traditional media outlets. National outlets are now actively scouting these digital-first platforms, seeking creators who have already demonstrated an ability to generate and engage an audience. This strategy offers a reduced risk for networks, as plugging in a creator with a pre-existing fan base is often seen as a safer bet in an industry where ratings and revenue are paramount. However, this shift presents a challenge for emerging journalists and producers who traditionally relied on climbing the ranks within news organizations. The direct path from a local market to a national platform has become significantly less relevant, forcing them to compete not only with their peers, but with a vast array of online content creators. While the traditional newsroom still offers invaluable experience in areas like handling breaking news, meeting deadlines, and mastering live reporting, its role as the primary gateway to national stardom has diminished. The lesson for aspiring broadcasters is clear. Cultivating an online presence by building a YouTube channel, launching a podcast, or growing a social media following is now crucial. Success in this new landscape requires taking ownership of one's distribution and directly engaging with an audience. Once an audience is established, traditional media outlets are more likely to take notice. In essence, the most attractive currency in today's media landscape is demonstrating that you don't need traditional media to succeed. By proving your independence and audience-building capabilities, you become a sought-after commodity. This transformation in media talent discovery is reshaping the industry from the ground up. Now, let's turn our attention to a critical agreement that ensured popular content remained accessible for millions of viewers, averting a potential disruption in their daily viewing. Content continuity secured amidst negotiations. In a significant development for millions of YouTube TV subscribers, a potential disruption to access popular channels, including Fox News, Fox Sports, and other Fox-affiliated networks, has been averted through a newly reached agreement between YouTube and Fox. This resolution comes after a period of intense negotiations where the future of these channels on the platform was uncertain, highlighting the ongoing complexities of content carriage deals in the digital age. Earlier in the week, reports indicated that YouTube and Fox were locked in discussions, with Fox reportedly seeking increased carriage fees that were higher than those paid by YouTube to other content providers offering similar programming. The situation escalated to a point where YouTube had publicly warned that the channels could cease to be available on its platform if a new agreement was not finalized by a specific deadline. This scenario mirrored past disputes, such as the near loss of CBS and other Paramount Global channels in February, which was ultimately resolved through a last-minute extension. The potential removal of Fox channels garnered significant attention, even drawing comments from FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr, who reportedly described the prospect of such a disconnection as a terrible outcome. This suggests the broad impact and viewership these channels command, making their availability a point of concern for both consumers and industry observers. The negotiations underscored the delicate balance platforms must strike between offering a comprehensive content library and managing the rising costs associated with licensing popular networks. To prevent an immediate blackout, YouTube and Fox had initially agreed to a short-term extension. This temporary measure provided both parties with additional time to continue negotiating a more comprehensive, long-term distribution deal. YouTube's statement at the time indicated a commitment to reaching a fair agreement, stating, "We have reached a short-term extension with Fox to prevent disruption to YouTube TV subscribers as we continue to work on a new agreement. We are committed to advocating on behalf of our subscribers as we work toward a fair deal and will keep you updated on our progress." This extension allowed for the continued availability of the Fox channels, ensuring that subscribers would not experience an interruption in their viewing. Ultimately, the announcement on August 28 confirmed that a new agreement had been reached, securing the continued presence of Fox News, Fox Sports, and other Fox channels on YouTube TV. This outcome is a relief for subscribers who rely on these channels for news, sports, and entertainment, and it reflects the successful navigation of a critical negotiation that could have had substantial implications for the platform's content offering and subscriber base. The resolution also means that YouTube continues to carry a wide array of content, reinforcing its position as a comprehensive live TV streaming service. This agreement ensures continuity for viewers, but the media landscape continues to evolve rapidly. Stay tuned as we recap all the top stories and look ahead. And that's a wrap on today's Essential Updates. We saw YouTube TV and Fox strike a deal, keeping those crucial channels live for subscribers. Then, a major win for digital privacy as YouTube was ordered to comply with user data access rights. We also explored how YouTube and podcasts are becoming the new farm system for media talent, changing the game for aspiring broadcasters. Finally, the content agreement between YouTube and Fox was finalized, ensuring continued access to popular networks. Don't miss out on what's next. Hit that like button, subscribe to Google Trends Hub, ring the notification bell, share your thoughts in the comments, and follow us on all social media platforms for more.